Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. Now, last time I said I was going to do some new stuff because we unlocked... What did we unlock? I can't remember now. We unlocked... I think we did aerodynamics. We had our first flight, that was it. We had our first flight, we've got 2 contracts, and I failed to get up to height, but we're going to do it again. So, let's get over to the space plane hangar. Here we go. Let's load our first ever space plane. There we go. Come on. There we go. Right, now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make some edits to this. First of all, we're going to detach this rear section, take off the decoupler, because we know that this flies now and doesn't just spin out of control and blow up every time. We're going to take off the parachutes. There we go. That should add some extra... well, it should take off some weight, actually. Now, let's just check here. Full of liquid fuel. Now, let's just see. Has the centre of mass really changed? Centre of mass, centre of thrust, centre of lift. The centre of mass is now toward the back a little bit more. So if we're just going to adjust the centre of lift to match that. Try and get it to lift right through the mass. There we go. Perfect. So that was just because we took the decoupler and parachutes off. That should do us. That should do us quite nicely. We're just going to save that. And we're going to take the Mark 1 on another flight. So let's get it out to the runway. Right, here we go. We're off the runway. Just going to lock the steering. Turn the S... No, we're going to leave SAS off. We're just going to increase the speed. And hopefully this would just gently rise up. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Lovely takeoff there. Just increasing the throttle slightly. Nice. Let's bring the gear in. Right. So, I'm going to try and fly this to the destination, and what we're going to do, we're going to get some height, but we're not going to get too much. And I will see you when I'm a little bit closer to the target. Okay, so it's saying that we're entering the sector. We're at full throttle. We're going to go at full speed, and we're just going to go forward and rise straight up. I'm going to see if we can get up high. We are rising still. We are rising. Contract says 17,000. That's 13,000. That's 14,000. We're going straight up now. Now we're going to be losing our altitude soon. 16. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it. 17.1. Brilliant. Crew report. Got it. We got it. Now, of course, our jet engine is nowhere near efficient at this height now. It's completely useless. So we need to come back down again. So let's just glide down. Turn the throttle right off. And all I did was aim at the target. So what I'm going to do now is we'll bring the aircraft round. I'll bring it into land. And then we'll go to the second target, which is all the way over here. Because I think I have to take a separate crew report. I can't transmit it. So let's... well, I guess we'll just... can I just rotate round and then... kind of, whoa, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, and then, whee. I don't know if this will work. Okay, let's bring that engine up to full throttle. No, I think we are. I think we're starting to get some throttle on that engine. I don't want to lose too much height. No, I don't like this. I'm turning round. There we go. Oh dear. Right, I will see you when I'm landing. Okay then, so this time we're going to approach from the sea. It just happens to be the direction I've come back from. We've throttled up a little bit, but we're going to put ourselves into a bank-in turn now to bring ourselves towards the space centre. You can see it there on that land. We need to get a lot lower. We need to get a lot lower. I've dropped around 2,000 or 3,000 meters. Oh, we don't want to go sideways like that. That makes us drop out the sky if we're not careful. I want to kind of come alongside the runway. We need to drop quite considerably. Our speed is slowly dropping as well. Kind of come in and about right. Want to be lower. I'd rather be low and then pull round and up. So let's get the gear down. Alright, gear down. And I think that will more or less do as a kind of approach. We're going to go pretty much straight now. So we need to get down to about 300 meters. Let's start cutting that throttle. We're coming up to the coast. Kind of want to head right down into it. Now there is some hills near the edge of the coast, so I want to avoid them. 600. Coming in low. 400. Not dropping quickly enough. No, wait. That's about right. Let's cut the engines. Hopefully we can glide on this last bit now. 200. You can see the lights getting close. 1. We're going to run out of land soon, but we're okay for now. We're coming in really close now. Want to kind of just drop in. Drop more. I think we might have to touch down nose first. We're bouncing quite badly this time. Oh, wait, no, there we are. We're down. The brakes are applied. Our speed is slowing. We did quite a lot of bouncing there. Let's just put our brakes permanently on and zoom out and see how close we got to running out of room. Okay, considering we started at the beginning of the runway there, we nearly ran out of space on our landing. But I'm sure as I fly this more, I'll get better. So I'm going to taxi this back. And we'll get this data recovered and we'll head off to the other one. So here we are back at the Space Centre. You can see we got no science really, because we've done crew report from Kerbin's upper atmosphere before and recovery of a vehicle that survived a flight before. So we didn't get any science for that. But parts, we got 100% of the value of everything back except the fuel that we used. And the crew, no XP gained for our crew today. However, we did complete this contract, which gives us science and money and reputation, which we got 2 less reputation and an extra science. I'm happy with that. Let's go and do the other visual survey. Well, here we go. I've just entered the area where it is. I'm now climbing. I'm climbing almost vertically. The engine's still going. The amount of power it's giving out is slowing. I need to get to 18,000. 10,000. We're still accelerating actually at the moment through the atmosphere. Still accelerating. Speed is still going up. 15,000. I think we're going to be fine. The engine is going to stall though. You can hear it giving out. There's the 18,000. There's the crew report. There's the mission done. Fantastic. We need to then bring this down now. Engine's gone. Let's cut the throttle and bring this down. We're going to try and glide it in. Now I've used over half my fuel to get here and I misjudged it slightly. And we're going to be... I kind of went towards the target and then the planet had rotated a bit, so I had to come round. We're actually still on our way up at the moment, so we're nearly in space. We're actually nearly halfway to space. But we're fine. We're going to float back down again. The engine, we're going to turn the engine off. Shut down the engine. There we go. And we're going to glide back down. And I'm going to attempt to glide this way. Oh, God, no. Oh, wow, look at it roll. Look at that roll down round without the atmosphere up here. Oh, well, never mind. As we get lower down in the atmosphere, I'm going to start heading back towards the Kerbal Space Complex. It may be that I have to do some sort of special landing somewhere else to survive, but we shall see. I will let you know when I get closer. Right, folks, we're on our way back, and some bad news. I used way too much fuel trying to get up to the right height. Loads and loads of fuel. Haven't got enough to get all the way back to the Space Centre, so I need to pick a landing spot, and quick. I'm going to have to be round here somewhere, and I think this area here right in front of me will be quite nice. Now I've got nice and low, so I'm getting really good fuel efficiency on the air intake. And I think I'm going to head here towards the mountains. I know it sounds like a terrible idea. Although having said that, how far away from this complex am I now? I am absolutely miles away. I need to get over here. I'm not going to make that. I can make this land here, directly in front of me, just over the cliffs, but that's it. I can't really do much more than that. So we're going to have to do an emergency landing. We're going to come over these cliffs, we're going to put our gear down, and we're going to just try and land like this. So I've been going with my throttle very low. We've been flying very low to get good air intake, and really I should have been flying lower on the way there to get better air intake. My fuel is really taking a dive, but this is going to be a horrible landing if it works at all. I think I'm going to get to the point now where I want to be cutting the engines, so let's throttle that out. You can see my speed is diving. My altitude, see this first bit round here at first doesn't look too hilly, but then the closer you get the worse it is. I'm going to turn the brakes on. Okay, these lights, let's get these lights on. There we go. Give me the best chance of doing this. Now this bit up here just seems to be quite good. We're just gliding in now at 56, 55, 54. The brakes are on. We're losing about 5 or 10 meters a second, which should be okay. I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't have enough fuel to get all the way home, but here we go. This land doesn't look too bad from this height. Judging by the lights, we're not too far off a nice... This thing glides beautifully, I must admit. Front wheel's going to touch down first, which I didn't really want, so we'll just have to lift up just before we touch. But this ground's not too bad, actually. It's a little bit hilly. In fact, I'm going to have to lift up slightly because we're actually getting to a hill. Look at that bump there. Well, let's try and just get over that bump and then drop it. Here we go. We're dropping in. We want it to touch down here very quickly now. Here we go. Brakes are already on. And back wheels first. And I'm down. Well, I wasn't expecting to have to do that. I could use the rest of the fuel to try and drive it closer to the complex, but to be honest, I didn't do too bad. It's only over there. We're not going to get 100% back. I reckon we're going to get 90, 92% of the value back. That's good enough for me. In fact, the vessel only cost 9,000 anyway, so not too bad. So I'm just going to recover this vessel. You can see the air intake's going nuts because it's landed, and I don't know why it's going crazy. Yeah, recover the vessel, and we'll go back and see how we did. Okay then, so of course we got no science for that. That was all about actually completing the contract. For parts we got, how much? 95% of the value back. A little bit more than what I estimated. Just around 8,000 funds. I think in that case it only cost us between 500 and 1,000 funds for that whole mission. And no XP, of course, but we got a notification because we completed our contract. We got 16,000 reward for that, so I don't feel too bad. Net profit, extra science, jobs are good. And oh, right, this is brilliant. Well, we've completed both contracts. I think if we're going to go further afield, I'm going to have to design a better plane that can go further. I don't know about better, though. That plane flies beautifully, and even on landing, glides really good. So, here we go. We're back in the control center. We've got perform visual surveys. Let's see. Of Kerbin. Now, where does this have to be done? Now, there's we have to take an EVA report at the surface of Downton Surprise Alpha. Oh, Daunton. Oh, okay. I haven't seen this one before. I'm going to have to check that out for next time. That was one in flight below so many meters. 60,000 for completing that, though, in terms of money. So that sounds good. We've got 5 days until that expires, though. So we'll leave it for now. Science data from space around. So we have to transmit or recover scientific data from space. So we have to actually get into space. We could just send a rocket up. We could send a rocket up into space. Do a crew report, and we would get pretty much all that, I think. So maybe we'll have that one along with something else. Let's see. So we've got tester, an engine in flight. No, we're going to skip that. Another engine in flight. No. Solid fuel booster in flight. No. Position a satellite. This one we spoke about, I think, last time quickly. I've got to get it in a perfect position. That's another one I want to research before I give it a go. This one here to rescue somebody, I don't think we ought to be doing that just yet. We haven't got enough stuff. We haven't got enough different bits and bobs to create the vessel to do it. Test a parachute in flight. Well, I think by the looks of this, we are obviously not going to explore the moon or anything like that. Looks like we're going to do these visual surveys at some time soon, and science data from around Kerbin. Well, I'm going to take this contract for now, and we're going to try and do it straight away. There we go. We've accepted that contract, and we're going to get a new space vehicle. There we go. So what I'm going to do, we're going to load up the Orbiter Mark II. Yeah, let's open up the Orbiter Mark II. Here it is. I never actually flew this. It was just an idea for a vessel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove 2 of these, because I think you only really need 2 on there. I'm going to now, I was thinking I want to recover this, but I'd want to drop the pods separately, so we're going to just put a stack decoupler in there to make sure that I can drop that pod separately, and we'll put a parachute on the top. There we go. So we just have to do like a crew report or something and then recover it from space. We may as well take up the mystery goo with us. Oh no, that's extra weight, isn't it? It's extra weight. I tell you what, we'll do a crew report up there and see how we go. This whole section here should come down quite nicely. So let's see. Both that and both sets of parachutes at the same time. Yeah, why not? This all should be enough to get us up into space. I had a comment saying that if we get rid of the oxidizer out the tank and add... Let's see. What was the suggestion? Aerodyne, add the radial air intakes. That we could actually use the air. Now, I want to practice with that. Maybe we'll do a test vessel when we've got too much money. But for now, I think I've done this one before, so we'll do this one again. I think everything looks like it's in order. So let's save it and take it out to the launch pad. Okay, so Bob is actually on this particular vehicle, and to be honest, I'm not sure I want Bob in charge of this one. I'm just going to switch out the pilot. Okay, back on the launch pad with one of our pilots. Time to ignite that engine and head off towards space. Now, I'm just going to go pretty much straight up with this. We just need to get the height more than anything else. We do not need anything else but height. So, we don't want to go too far from here. We're going to try and recover the vessel, probably from the water. So now half the solid fuel's gone. I'm just bringing it over ever so slightly. I'm going to tell our pilot to follow that arc. Should be very easy for him to do. It's barely over at all. I may just bring it over that little bit more. There we go. Right, let's jettison this bit. Next stage. There we go. Let's bring it over just that a little bit. And there we go. I think that's now going to start to arc over. Yep, there we go. That's all pretty good. We just don't want to go too far. There we go. So we're at 14,000 when we activated that engine. Hopefully that engine will then catapult us into space. We want to go all the way up. And to be honest, the higher we get, the easier it gets. The less atmosphere we have to push ourselves through. And we're not bothered about orbit or anything. We just have to get in space. So that's that. Nothing more complex than that. Now I could have put a little antenna on this and transmitted the data, the space data. Looks like we've actually rolled over slightly. We've got more than half the liquid fuel left, so I'm just going to bring us over a little bit more. There, like that. God, it's dark again. I should stop doing these night launches and night flights. I'm terribly sorry for the quality of the video at night, but sometimes I forget about night time. I quite like it. Okay, so there we go. We're going to keep going at that angle, and I will see you when we're high enough. Right, I reached 60,000 meters, and I was going at 500 meters per second, so I decided to cut the throttle and have a look at the map here. And as you can see, we're going to hit 76,000, which is going to be high enough for space, which is good enough for us. And when we get up there, we will do a crew report. Hopefully that will get enough scientific data. There we are, we're in space. Crew report. So we've got that crew report in there. View report. So we've got a crew report whilst in space. Now the fact that it has 0 recovery data may or may not fail the mission, but we will see. Let's keep that and drop back down to the planet and see how close we can get to the complex. Now that was not too far off actually. That'll do quite nicely. Where's the rest of the craft? Somewhere around here I think. Oh, there it is. Perfect. So we're back at the Space Centre. I have recovered the vessel. We get all the parts back. We got 97% of the value of the main command pod. The crew's back with no XP, of course, but that actually did complete that contract. We did count. We get 31,000, some 8 extra science. Wow, we would have only got 1 science for that. We got 8, and a little bit less reputation than what we would have got. But I think this is working out quite nicely for us. Well, there we go. We nearly got 200,000 credits. I think it's about time to end the episode there. 3 successful contracts with 3 successful flights. And I will see you next time for hopefully more success. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. If you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on my channel, please subscribe. You can also check out my Twitter and Facebook if you wish to do so. And also if you fancy having a look, see what the League of Super Ultra Mega Geeks have got in store and events coming up, head out to their Facebook page as well. Links to that are on lowsome.net. Like I said, that's all. So, until I see you next time, goodbye.